I'm Steve Sweigart. I'm a criminal defense attorney based out of Riverside County, California. So when I hear a case involving weapons, a couple different things come to my mind. One is, what kind of weapon? The second thing is it possession of the weapon that's the main issue? Or thirdly, is it use of the weapon? If it's just possession of a weapon, and it can be you have the wrong magazine that's now been outlawed, or you have a gun that's on the banned list. And in California, they're increasing the banned list all the time. You can also have a machine gun or something like that, some illegal possession of the particular weapon at hand. Or you could be a convicted felon that is in possession of a deadly weapon or a firearm. And those are the ways in which just possession offenses can happen. Oftentimes, those are charged as felonies. And depending upon what your criminal history is and what we can do as far as your developing your background goes to present to the district attorney's office, those can often be resolved for misdemeanors. They're probably considered to be relatively low-level felonies. Generally speaking, it's not the type of thing you're going to go to prison over. You're going to probably get work program and probation, but you want to avoid a felony at all costs. So that's the significance of the possession type cases in my mind. Where an interesting phenomenon occurs is when weapon use is being alleged. For example, you can have an assault case where instead of it being just an assault with force likely to cause great bodily injury, you're actually charged with assault with a deadly weapon. And the deadly weapon can be any weapon, firearm, knife, or any object that in the circumstances in which it was used could be used as something that could cause harm to another person, cause great bodily injury or death, depending upon how it's used. You can have that. Kids throwing rocks off an overpass onto moving cars. Now, if someone dies or something, you're going to get other charges, but that would be an example of using something as a deadly weapon. Throwing something at someone, depending upon what it is. You can use a bat. You can use a kitchen utensil or item in the kitchen can be a deadly weapon. And if you're accused or charged with actually using a deadly weapon in the course of an assault, it makes that charge what we refer to as a strike offense under the California 3 Strikes Law. If your case alleges that you used a deadly weapon in the course of whatever the prosecutor is saying that you did, that can turn that charge into what we refer to as a strike offense under the California 3 Strikes Law. And the strike offense concept usually primarily impacts people in their next case. Like if they pick up a new case, if they get convicted of a strike offense, it can double the penalties on their new case. But it also, in the present case, makes you, in theory, prison eligible, number one. So a lot of felonies in California are no longer prison eligible. You have to do the sentence in the county jail. Another significance of the strike offense concept in your present case in Riverside County is that it's pretty common in Riverside County that prosecutors will not negotiate downwards on a strike offense after the conclusion of the preliminary hearing in the case. If the offer in the case where you're alleged to have used a weapon is, let's say, 180 days in the county jail, because sometimes the prosecutors, they just want the strike offense conviction. And so they'll kind of give you sometimes an offer that is like 180 days in the county jail. And in Riverside County, I think 180 days is the cutoff for being eligible to do it on work program. So you don't actually have to go to jail on the offense. But if you go to the preliminary hearing in a case where you're charged with a strike and you're held to answer for trial at that preliminary hearing, the prosecutor is probably not going to let you resolve the case before trial for 180 days. They're going to up the offer a little bit. And so that's kind of the risk about having a strike offense charged is that if you don't resolve it early, then the prosecutor's office may be more harsh in the resolution after the prelim if you ultimately try to resolve the case. If you have weapons allegations against you, or you think you're going to be investigated for weapons allegations, whether it's possession or use, and you want to discuss it further, give me a call, 951-777-1111.